Today on the channel, we're looking at SHFiguarts Tamashi Nations Street Fighter V Series 01 Ryu on Way I Got It Figured.
The way I got it figured.
Hey, out there in action figure land, bringing in a new category, SHFiguarts Street Fighter Series Ryu. I've had this figure for a while, and I've always, wanted to review it. I had to dig it out, find all the accessories for it. Unfortunately, I don't have the box or the inserts because, well, they got wet in the flood, so sucks to be me on that. But this figure, Ryu, is an excellent representation of my all-time favorite Street Fighter character, a character that's well known and beloved across the world at this point in time. And yeah, it's been something like 37 years, 36 years, something like that. Almost 40 years Street Fighter, so he's been around a long time. So here's Ryu with his I don't have a box, and I have him in sort of his static fighting pose. And the figure has a lot of detail, a lot of cool bits to it. Key is not exactly clean. I've seen other reviews of this figure, and some of them looks like at some point, perhaps like my copy's a newer copy or something, that they might have done some adjustments to the figure. I'm not sure, but I'm just looking at the base package. This is how he comes in a box. That was another thing that was somewhat important. So since he does come like that in the box, I'm going to stand him in a more basic pose like he would have been if he was in the package. And he comes with, of course, these hands. And we're going to do the usual, putting them on the turntable and all that good stuff. But, suffice to say, Ryu and I go back a ways, long ways, all the way to the beginning. And he's by far my favorite Street Fighter character. And for my money, the character with the greatest fighting spirit of anybody. So we're gonna get him on the turntable and with his accessories and check those things out. Okay, here's Ryu on the turntable with all of his accessories. He comes with an extra set of hands, 2 heads, and his fireball effect, which has a stand. All of these accessories, are easily plugged in or taken off or put on, and they are they definitely do their part to enhance the figure. Ryu's got a lot of articulation, a lot of points of articulation, more than probably what you would get with your standard action figure. It's more along the lines of a standard action figure, but of course it's carried off in a way that stresses fighting poses and everything. In fact, he's on what they call the fighting body. So, just to look at him up close, this is his base portrait. And he's got the gi. And if you look really closely, I don't know if the camera's going to be able to capture it, but there's actually fabric lines in the gi. I can just see it, but it's hard to see. But there are actually fabric lines in the gi. Very cool. And his articulation is as follows. So of course he has the T pose. He doesn't have the shoulder swivel per se, but he does have a ball joint, a butterfly joint here, and then they have to have this sort of, the sleeve of the gi is actually inserted into his chest. You can see just sort of right there, and they both of the gi's sleeves actually kind of articulate. That's why I'm showing them. And of course you've got the tri-stage arms there, hands about to there, go back to about there. You don't want to go too much farther than that or they'll pop off. But they are, you know, well articulated. You can look down about there. You can look up about that high. You can bob his head. Push his neck forward if you need to, without looking down. He does have ab crunch, but it is hindered, of course, by the gi. He can do a split out to about there, which is probably not the maximum flexibility of the character. He's got the thigh swivel. You can see how they did that. He's got knee bend back to there. Foot goes down about that far. Swivels, and he has an ankle rocker, and he has toe articulation. Which doesn't go that far, about to there. That's about it, but good enough for posing. This looks like the end of a roundhouse kick, actually. He's not standing, but the figure does have a lot of balance. So you can stand him without him falling over. Couldn't do it on the spinning on the spinner, but that's pretty good balance. So if we take this to the other end of the kick motion, almost stands. It's definitely a question of balance. There we go. So you can have him doing a pretty awesome kick. You can pose him in his many fighting stances. Very easily, without stressing them or him falling over. I mean, it's a superlative figure. They definitely utilized what I call the correct size feet for him to be able to do the poses and balance the figure. If you look at him from a different angle, I mean, he's sort of leaning back, but he's not falling over. I mean, that's better than anything we could buy over here. And we'll change out some of his accessories so you can just get this sort of double ball joint. Stick the hand on like that. I mean, it's pretty awesome, right? And then, of course, you can pose him put him in his fireball throwing stance. More or less, you can do, let's see. And believe it or not, I had him standing in all these poses at some point earlier when I was testing them out for the review. If you really want to be authentic with it, you want to switch his head out. So you can see his head just goes on like that, and the back of the headband comes off and the hair comes off. You just switch them out seamlessly. And of course, you can pose the headband as well. This is sort of like the wind up for the fireball. Hadouken. Sorry to be so messy, but yeah. There you go. She's winding up for his fireball. Does that very well. And of course, with the help of a stand, you can do things like dragon punches or Shoryukens, whichever you want to call it. There you go, dragon punch. Of course, you can also obviously throw him into Tatsumaki Senpu Kyak or Hurricane Kick. Swap the head out once more. Senpu Kyak. Just maybe you can so there you go. So you can get him in all of his, signature move poses. You can switch the head out and have different facial expressions. You can do all that kind of stuff. Some of the more difficult poses you can put them in, like get kind of a fierce punch. You can actually reach him over. It's more like the overhand punch that he got introduced in Championship Edition, I think it was, or maybe it was Turbo. Straight, fierce punch. Stand on one leg, but let's see. And like with this figure, it seems to be a lot more about balance than, like, you know, impossibility of posing. It's like how much balance can you get into the pose, and he'll probably do it. I mean, this might be a stretch because I'm distributing his weight over a lot of space. But as you can see, the poses can get pretty dynamic. I mean, maybe you're not going to be able to do too much in the kick department without some sort of support, but there you go. So yeah, this is a figure that makes me very happy. There are, of course, other figures in the series: Sagat, Chun-Li, Ken, M. Bison. But I found this figure in a store. I want to say FYE or something. It was on like clearance, or, you know, it was like vastly reduced in price. So I think I paid like $40 for it. But I know it goes for like $80 or more probably at this point. I don't know if it's still being, you know, Street Fighter 6 is out or whatever, so it's probably not still in production. But he's an excellent figure. I mean, I don't know what else to say about that. I would like to get a couple more. Sagat is probably my second favorite character, and from what I've seen, he's kind of short. He's not really like the correct size, but you know, it's Sagat. I'll probably get him anyway. But for now, this is just a figure I've been thinking about for a while, and I wanted to, you know, bring him out, do a review on him, because I don't want it to always be, you know, the same 5 things, and this is something in my collection that's cool. I do have a couple of other SHFiguarts figures, and I'll probably review those too at some point in the future. But for now, I am going to end the video here, and I'm going to give old Ryu, the way I got a figure, rank of 10 out of 10. Compared to some of the other figures, he might be a little bit lacking, but compared to anything I have in my collection, he's not. So I'm going with a 10 for him. So that's going to do it for this video. Thanks for watching me sit here and play around with this guy. And if you ever get one, you'll have just as much fun as I did doing that same thing. in the meantime, you know, everybody out there, stay safe. And I got more content coming, Street Fighter and otherwise. So tune in. Hit the like button, subscribe, and hit notifications. And if you would, leave a comment. Let me know where you are with Street Fighter and SHFiguarts. All right. Everybody stay safe. And I'll see you guys on the next video. Peace.